proceed to highlighted route.
Good morning. I know nobody's watching yet, but I feel like I should say good morning anyway. Somebody might see this. This is the part of the video that somebody might actually see. Oh. So good morning. Thank you for watching. If you're rewatching this, it's pretty much me just driving around, and when I take my lunch break, I flip the camera around like this, and you can watch me cook lunch. I don't know if that's any kind of like incentive. But I have like a little grill, and I have a refrigerator. I actually have 2 refrigerators. One has a freezer, one doesn't. Actually, the other one's not really a refrigerator. Full disclosure. It's a 12-volt powered cooler, technically. But I like to think of it as a refrigerator. He identifies as a refrigerator. And that's his choice. Usually not. I don't try to do jokes. Sometimes I'm funny inadvertently. Not very often. Comedy, more often than not, requires more movement than I'm capable of from a seatbelt. Oh my goodness. We gotta figure out where we're going.
Wickup may not be open yet when you arrived.
For real, they told me to be there at 7 and they don't open till 8. Well, you know what? We're gonna wait outside their gate. I'm gonna wait outside their house like a crazy person. That is so messed up. I could have played a whole extra hour of video games. Actually, technically, I'm late right now. I was supposed to be there at 7. It's 7:03 here right now, and I haven't even left my parking spot. But I feel like I'm still justified in being slightly peeved. I don't really care that much. They're probably open, actually. I don't know. Let's go find out, shall we? Let's. This is a bird trying to eat an onion ring.
In 600 feet, turn right onto North 67th Avenue.
Trucks are not supposed to park right there. There's a sign, literally, look, it says no stopping anytime. And there was another sign that said they would freaking tow you. Trucks just, you know, sometimes...
Take the next right on North 67th Avenue.
We just do whatever we want. Can I I squeeze in here? Looks like, yeah, it's a little tight. Mr. Dump Truck didn't give me a lot of room.
67th Avenue, 1.5 miles.
In 1.5 miles, turn right.
You know what? I'll allow it for now. I mean, pretty busy. Whoa. Brakes are ice cold. I pressed the brake expecting it to stop a little faster and it wasn't ready. Oh my god, they're building a Burger King right here next to me. Guys, I really hate to crap on like a fast food place, and I know like somebody out there likes Burger King, but the last thing I ever got from I will say I do like their French fries. I don't eat French fries anymore, but when I did, I liked their French fries. And they had, but the only thing that they have good, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you can disagree with me, that's fine. You're a Whopper guy, Whopper girl, or twin guy or girl, however you identify, you like Whoppers. Like the perfect meal for me would be if I still ate carbohydrates. You know what? I don't know. I can't even think in those terms. Last night I had a dream that I had a dream that I was thinking
In
about.
1/2 mile,
No.
turn right.
This is so crazy. So I
In 1/4 mile, turn right onto West Buckeye Road.
So last night, and I'm trying to like figure out the order to tell the story. I used to be awful at this because
Turn
like
right.
I'm still pretty bad at telling stories, but there is a reason, and the reason is because I am horribly dyslexic.
Continue on West Buckeye Road for 1.5 miles.
So my father was actually dyslexic too. Anyway, that's beside the point. But it often reveals itself in the way that I say the story. So, yeah, I think it's gone. I lost my train of thought. Anyway. Oh, now I remember. Okay, so when you eat like only, this is a really short story. When you eat only fat and meat, you, after a while of, no, I should say it this way. After 2 to 3 weeks. Sunglasses. After 2 to 3 weeks of not eating any sugar, believe it or not, you don't actually crave sugar anymore. So last night, I had this strange dream that I was craving sugar, even though I don't actually crave sugar. It was really strange. I was like thinking about eating ice cream. I used to give myself like a cheat day, like I would do I would do like 6 days. It wasn't even like really a cheat day. It was more of like a cheat meal. So I would do like 6 days where I was very, very strict to my diet. And then I would eat like a pint of Ben and Jerry's or something like that. But I quickly realized that was not really working because I had it, you know, obviously I mean, if you don't eat any sugar or anything for like an entire week and then you eat a pint of Ben and Jerry's, it doesn't exactly make you feel good. So one time I ate an entire pint of Ben and Jerry's and I thought like my stomach hurt so bad and I was like, oh, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Sugar is one of those weird things.
Take the next right onto South 79th Avenue, then your destination will be on the left.
Your body just craves it. It's almost like a, you know, I don't know if I'm, you know what, this is like an industrial area. I'm definitely not supposed to go through that parking lot. I think I'm supposed to go in the back. Oh, it's my ex-girlfriend's birthday today.
Your destination is on the left.
Happy birthday, Tasha. I probably shouldn't say her name on the stream. She
Turn
was,
left, then turn left.
I'll be honest with you, she was actually a really good girlfriend, and I probably never should have broken up with her. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. But I don't know, man. Like things were getting really serious, and I just had. She was a really good girlfriend, though. I'll tell you, like she actually used to pay. She used to pay for dates, like every other date or something like that. And I just thought that was the neatest thing. She was very like give and take, which is I gotta wish her happy birthday real quick. Happy birthday! Oh, we gotta capitalize the B so she'll know we're serious about her. Oh no, about her having a good birthday. And we gotta put the little emojis. No, I hate it when it does that. Birthday, and then capitalize the B. Give her 3 emojis. She deserves every single emoji. She deserves all the emojis. So I'm gonna go inside now, and you guys definitely can't come with me because each one of these places has different camera things. So just gonna have to wait a minute. I do apologize. Oh, I gotta get a mask. I would put on some music, but music is copyrighted, so I don't know if I can do that. So I'll be back ASAP. So I gotta, something kind of cool happened. So I've been doing Spanish on Duolingo for, geez, I don't know, maybe like 2 years now. And they were talking about they said what doctor in Spanish. I didn't understand that. I understood door, puerta. But, so, the lady, I guess, that's going to unload my truck said 13, which means 13. And I was like...
Turn left, then turn left.
And I said, so 13? All cool, you know? She was like, yeah. No, she wasn't like, yeah. She was like, yeah. She was like, you just, they'll hand you your... They'll hand you your paperwork after they unload your truck. And I was like, alright. So I gotta drive to the other side of the building. That's what's happening right now. But I was trying to like play it cool. I was like, "13? Yeah, I know what that means. I know a little Espanol. I actually know quite a lot of Spanish.
Turn right, then turn right.
But I'm in this like weird battle with Duolingo where it's like I've done so many lessons that like every day, like 3, I don't know if you guys have ever used Duolingo, but like when you finish a lesson, it goes, the icon goes gold. And then after a while it cracks and you have to redo the, I don't even know what you would call it. You have to do like a makeup
Turn
lesson
right.
to brush up on the whatever, so like this guy, he was like super in a hurry. I know you guys can't see him. You know what? Look at this freak. Look at these freaking mountains. Hold on, let me zoom in on that. Wow. Oh, it doesn't really do that, but you can see the mountains. Wow. Look at those freaking mountains, man. This is just such a beautiful place. I think I like dusted my mirror here. So I hope Tasha has a happy birthday. She's awesome. She's married now. So good for her. I think she's known that guy like a long, long time. I remember her mentioning that guy when she and I were dating. Ah, there's La Puerta 13.
Arriving at destination on right.
That's the door 13. I don't really know what you would call it. What else you would call it? What the proper thing to call it would be in Spanish. It's kind of out here by itself. So it's going to take them a hot minute to unload this because I'm pretty sure some of it's not on pallets, which is, it's not cool, but you know, whatever. say is this is how the money is made in the truck driving. Actually, that's not true. I've had driving instructors tell me that like people can't hold the steering wheel straight and like all kind of crazy stuff. But well, it's about 1.5 feet off. But you know what? Horseshoes, hand grenades, and now sometimes parking a trailer in a dock door. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I'm still kind of off. But the thing is about this is you want to not be off to the point where, oh, Thomas. What are we going to do with you, Thomas? Notification for one of my like an acquaintance, a coworker. By mistake is because try to fly right into the trailer and end up she said happy birthday to me, so like I don't really see the harm in telling her happy birthday. TV viewer, I can totally like read chat and like look at chat, so if you like have any questions about truck driving, now would be the time. Actually you could just ask those whenever, but 10:30 is pretty hot for well, don't know. Girl on Instagram, just like a regular girl, right? I don't think she's trying to be an Instagram model. She's just say it that way. I should. An Instagram influencer might take. But she's really cool. Like I posted a picture of something in and like put a filter on it so it looked all artsy. And she liked it, and ever since then we've been like following each other. And I assume her father, like, I didn't actually look at the tag. I guess it doesn't matter that much. This guy's much better. My arms get that big someday. Do you need me to help you? Okay. Today's what, Friday? Oh boy. Another text message for the previous owner of this phone. Well, geez, there's no way I can talk for 3 hours. You know what? I'm just gonna set the camera to like move back and forth. No, I might. Video settings. Switch between all cameras. I'm curious, like, what that does. Let's see. Oh, it's already like in a different format. Excuse me. Let's see if it actually works. You know, I just realized the stream quality is garbage right now. Definitely not switching cameras. Maybe if I do it manually. A good morning. Cheers. It's pretty good coffee. It's not going to change cameras, is it? No. Nope. So 3 hours. I'm tempted to like play Half-Life Alyx. That was weird. It's what I'm good at. I take a shower, I leave the towel hanging there. It doesn't need to hang. Should I play video games right now? Like, I don't know. It's not changing. Like, what's the point of that setting if it doesn't work? Maybe it doesn't recognize the front and the back camera as two separate cameras. Could it possibly possibly mean, though? Or maybe it's not. Maybe it thinks it's not possible. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be kind of a slow streaming day. Because, like, I've got here, and then got to go to Nogales. Nogales. Oh my god, I think I had the stream muted the whole time. You know what? Now I have to check it. God, I'm so stupid. Ugh. I told some good stories too. Last night I had a dream that I wanted ice cream. That was the story. That was one of the stories. I just told it in one sentence. Well, you get the summarized version now because I'm dumb. Let me look. Okay. Oh, I'm so dumb. I had it muted the whole time. No wonder nobody was saying anything. Nobody's joining. Oh, I'm so dumb. I had it the whole time. Nobody was saying anything. Nobody's joining. Oh god, that's feedback. Sorry. Ah! No! Sorry. I just realized what was happening. I was like, what is that high-pitched noise? Oh yeah, that's called feedback. Thomas's trading room? Question mark? Really? So I don't know. Apparently. Apparently Biden is has like some kind of tax hike proposal. You know what? There's some chalk blocks. I'm gonna go set the lady didn't set the chalk blocks that came out here. You know what? I'm not gonna do it either. Screw it. She knows I'm not going anywhere. I would almost like to ask them if I can just like go somewhere else, but I don't think anything's open right now. It's like 8 o'clock. It's like not even 8 o'clock in the morning here. What can I do in 8 o'clock Friday morning? Probably not a lot. I can't even go get anything to eat because, well, I mean, I have all my own food, and I bring like, I buy exactly enough food for like 7 or 8 days, depending on how much I have left from the previous. If I go and buy myself one meal at like a restaurant or something, then I have like food or one day. I guess I'm kind of OCD about food now. I almost wish I could zoom out. Can I zoom out? Is that a thing? No. You can't zoom out. You can only zoom in. This is as wide as the angle gets. Papa Elon, give me your Starlink. I suspect within the next maybe year or hopefully I'll be able to upload in 1080, not only in 1080p, but 60 frames per second. That is my personal goal. I know the concept, but I gotta get my other streamer buddy to help me. There's something about a bot, and the bot downloads the video to your computer, and then you re-upload it to YouTube. Because I would like YouTube. I mean, I good Lord, I would never expect anyone to watch 11 hours. But I'm sure, I don't even know how long it would take to edit an 11-hour video. Probably 8 hours. Probably take at least 8 hours to edit an 11-hour video. I'm just kind of like spewing content out onto driving a truck. It's not as interesting to me, but I like to try to point out the interesting bits. Unfortunately, I don't know what to do for the next 3 hours here. Like, I want to stream, but I mean, like, I'm just watching traffic go by. I want to play some video games, but if I play video games, like, you guys clearly don't want to see me play video games. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Let me know in the chat if you want to see me play Star Citizen or Half-Life Alyx. I might... Actually, I don't think I can stream... Well, I could probably stream Half-Life Alyx. I'm close to the end, though. So you guys would be seeing the last better choice. Not a lot of people stream Star Citizen, and it just came out a new update yesterday. Yesterday the chat got pretty exciting, but it was towards the middle of the day. Well, what to do. I'm often racked by indecision. That's one good thing about being a truck driver, is a lot of times I have a really long time to come up with the right decision to make. Or if I have like a personal problem, I can think about it for many, many, many hours and then act accordingly. Although I've trimmed down my list of real life friends so much that the friends that I do have very seldom create problems for me. that is something that I would recommend anybody doing. Because I know you've watched me before for sure. Another TV viewer. Live, whether it be money or whether it be someone to just complain to all the time. If you have a friend that does nothing but complain all the time and you just feel emotionally drained after you talk to them, it's okay to just like let them go, you know? Like, because what is this guy doing? I just saw this truck like back up. I know you guys can't see it, but he was at the stoplight here on the corner, and then he just like freaking backed up, and now I don't know where he went. I guess he knows what he's doing. But I guess what I'm really trying to say is like stand up for yourself, you know? I'm 40 years old, and it took me a long, like when I was in my early 20s, like I was dumb, like just dumb, no common sense, hadn't been around the block, just didn't know anything. Like when you get, it's funny because like the older you get, the more you realize how ridiculously dumb you were when you were young. Like, for example, at 42, because, and I'm not like saying this for any kind of sympathy, I mean like obviously that was a long, long, long time ago, 28 years. But he couldn't really like Western medicine, but he didn't like taking pills, which is odd because he married my mother who was on pills all the time because of like depression and not depression, but bipolar disorder. Anyway, so he was diagnosed with high blood pressure, didn't take his medication, and he had pneumonia. All he now, and he died 42. And but my blood pressure is phenomenally low. Every time I get my blood pressure checked, the person that checks it is like, do you ever pass out? And I'm like, no. God, no. like if I passed out, I'd die pretty quick. I would either die really quick or like kill a crap ton of people really quick. But yeah, my blood pressure is so low that they asked me if I pass out. Where was I going with that? Oh, so the point I was trying to make was that you're really dumb when you're like little kids, so dumb. Actually, little kids are becoming smarter and smarter. It seems like the newer generations become smarter and smarter at a younger age, or maybe they just have their moments of wisdom. Anyway, it seems like what was I thinking? Like my life is pretty good. Like it's not the best, you know. I mean, you tend to just not appreciate it anymore because it's yours and you just take it for granted. So I guess the point of, like a lot of people think that my life is bad, but not only do I get to go all over the country and see all these beautiful things, but I get paid to do it. Like a fair amount of how much I make on the stream. I know there's like a lot of rule, like if I think I could probably say how much money I made truck driving, but if I said like, oh, I made X amount of money from the stream, then that would be, I would get banned. guess the moral is look out for yourself, but don't be a jerk. If you feel like you're being mistreated or treated unjustly, stand up for yourself. But don't be a jerk about it. Just, you know, and I don't know if you heard me say this yesterday, but I used to get beat up all the time as a kid, like all and so I started studying food. It's funny, like I think martial arts, the thing about martial arts is like it almost teaches you how to avoid a fight. Because you kind of feel like, oh well, I don't know how much training like another person has. You know, like a lot. There are not very many fighters out there. First of all, so like you're like, well, you know, there's probably a 90% chance I'm gonna put this guy in the hospital. And one of the guys that I studied with did put somebody in the hospital, and this guy was a professional boxer. The guy that got put in the not a professional, but an amateur boxer. He'd been boxing for like 2 or 3 years, but my friend, who unfortunately like hung himself, friggin' passed away. Like this guy, he was facing a lot of jail time. Like he didn't want to go to jail, and like at the time I really should have told him. Like I just didn't know how to talk him out of it, because there again I was a dumb kid. But he like just absolutely railed on this dude that was like an amateur, you know, comer boxer. I would get him in like an arm lock or whatever. When I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, you know, this one guy, Craig, ooh, he really hits hard. I don't like it when he beats me up. But this guy, Chris, guy that beat the boxer's name was, but threw a few punches. Oh my God, did you guys see that? That was a Toyota Supra, one of the new ones. Those things are hot. Hot. That's kind of why I have the camera pointed out instead of at me right now, because sometimes go by. Anyway, so Chris, a few times he did like a side step, like a hard side step forward, and like a sort of like a sweep kick, like a really hard sweep kick into the guy's knees, and buckled the guy's right or left knee. I would say right knee. They probably went right to right. So he sidesteps to the left, you know, like sweep kicks really hard, like buckles the guy's knee. And later on that night, this is how like we learned that he went to the hospital. So later on that night, Chris's girlfriend at the time, she had some kind of, I want to say she had a urinary tract infection, and like was just, the infection was just crazy bad. So go to the hospital. So later on that night, they saw that guy in the ER, and he was all f***ed up. But I don't like why they got into a fight. I wish I could, because basically as passive as I was. If it were me, I guarantee there would have been. Because the thing about fighting is, no matter how good you get, somebody could land a lucky punch. Especially if you're, and this is something that, I hate to keep saying this, but this is something that Joe Rogan preaches. And it's avoid street fights at all costs. Because, and the reason is because you're on a freaking street. So, if you get knocked out, not only, and that's going to add literal, because you've already suffered brain trauma, and then if your head smacks the pavement, you could crack your skull and die, like, and you could do that to somebody else. So like, it's best to just avoid a fight if you can. It's not as cool, it's not as glamorous, but that is such a small cab on that truck that just passed by. That's a sleeper cab, but his bed is like 1.5 feet wide or something. Like, I don't even know. I couldn't. But yeah, don't fight if you can avoid it. Because it's just not worth it. Because if you kill somebody in a street fight, you're going to jail. Like, even if they determine that it was self, if you live in the United States, them 6 months, a year, to come to that conclusion, and you don't get to spend those 6 months out, out on the street. Not if you're being accused of murder. Like, they don't grant like parole or whatever for. They don't grant bail for manslaughter or like that doesn't happen. I mean, maybe if you got like a crazy good lawyer, but I feel like it's kind of ingrained in my muscle memory. It's like I still remember all the moves. I wish I could practice, but I tried to teach my roommate some of the moves, and he just wouldn't take it seriously. Very like, he was in the army, so he was. They have like a jumbled. They take like a little bit from a lot of different martial arts. So whenever I would show him something, he'd be like, "Well, why don't I just do this?" And I'd be like, "Well, because you do it this way." And it's like, "Well, we did it this way," and it just becomes this like weird debate. So I just stopped trying. Years and years ago. Or no, actually, I don't know. He likes to grapple. That's his thing. He likes grappling and wrestling, and I guess like jujitsu. Jiu-jitsu. I've done it before. Like we did grappling when I studied Wing Chun. We did some grappling. I don't know what martial art it was. It certainly wasn't Wing Chun, because there's no grappling in Wing Chun. Or maybe there is, because we went to conference. That's not the right word. We went to a conference in Atlanta. I'll call it a conference. It wasn't really a conference. It was just like a session. Sifu France this Francis Fong guy, he is just unreal at martial arts. I don't know, like, he's obviously of some Asian descent. I have no idea what country he's from, but just insanely good at martial arts. And I remember we did grappling there because me and the guy Chris that I mentioned, we were like all tied up, like grappling, and somebody was a very compromising position in terms of the martial arts, and so they were like, stop, and they didn't mean like like untangle yourselves. They were like hold up, and the instructor was like, Chris, move your leg here and move your arm here. So he did it, and I was twisted up like a I was. At the time, it felt like every part of my body was twisted. Like, it had to be like some kind of jiu-jitsu. Of course, I guess like the Chinese did grappling too. I mean, it stands to reason. You watch all these kung fu movies, and they do like these these kicks and punch. Well, mostly kicks, really, but sometimes punches, and they never really go to the ground like they do in MMA because that's not flashy. There's a lot of stuff going. There's a lot of like intricate things happening on the ground that you can't really catch on video. You would have to have a slew of like all over. It just doesn't video very well. That's why they have commentators, and even they miss things. I take it back. This coffee's pretty strong. I said it was crappy earlier, but it's alright. It's alright. I hope I'm not you hanging out in here. There's nothing wrong with that. I still kind of want to try to stream Star Citizen. But I don't want to like stop this stream to do that stream. And I don't even know if I can set it up properly. I wonder if it'll switch over if I just hook everything up. Just hit go, you know what I mean? Because like if I was playing Star Citizen, at least I wouldn't have to like just say random things that pop into my head, like my stream of consciousness. That's what's happening right now. It's just a stream of consciousness. It's a thin stream, let me tell you. These things. I got OR. muscle. You do like this with it. Ugh. That's one set. For the God, my internet is garbage here. I might just wait until I move. To stream. I don't know what the reason is. My internet is. Ugh. These things are really cool. I feel like it evens out the carpal tunnel a little bit that I get from holding the steering wheel non-stop. I was talking about it yesterday, but like you kind of like, for me, driving a truck is like you're kind of in this heightened state of awareness, like for hours and hours on end. So as you could imagine, and I have a tendency to like grip the steering wheel harder, especially depending on the trend. You know, somebody like in front of me or something like that. It's I can't believe another truck. I don't know if you caught it or not. That the first day that I streamed, but another truck pulled like way out in front of me. Like I had to slam them. I thought the brakes were gonna lock up. I should clip that. I should clip it, but I never will. Because like I plan on, and I feel like I am taking this channel fairly seriously, but at the same time I still work like 60, 70 hours a week. Like you could imagine, I mean, I streamed for friggin' 11 hours yesterday, but I was working the entire time, literally. So I don't have a whole lot of free time, that's what I'm saying. I wonder what would happen if I disconnected. Oh, there it goes. You know what? I'm going to play around with my internet settings. So if I disconnect, I do apologize. It might disconnect